Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 16, verse 18. How many times in our lives have we heard the phrase, or something close to it, pride goes before the fall? That saying is actually a paraphrase of Proverbs 16:18. I did a little search on the words pride and proud and haughty and found out pride shows up 51 times in the Bible, proud 43 times, and haughty 19 times, and not usually with a good connotation. In back-to-back books in the Bible, James 4 verse 6 and 1 Peter 5:5, we find the exact same phrase, God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. Pride makes us think that life is all about us. Humility causes us to remember that life is about loving, caring, and investing in others. Pride refuses to acknowledge God as the creator of all things and says, I get to call the shots, while humility understands that because God is the one who has created everything out of nothing, and for that reason, He gets to call the shots. But aren't we supposed to feel good about ourselves? Yes, we should feel good about who we are because we've been handmade by God and eternally loved by Christ who gave His life for us. But Romans 12:3 gives us an important balance regarding this issue. It says, I say to everyone among you not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think with sober judgment. Did you notice the key phrase in there when it says not to think more highly of yourself than you ought? In other words, we should think highly of ourselves because we're handmade and eternally loved, but not too highly. After all, life isn't all about me, it's about ministering to others. Later in that same chapter, in verse 16, we find another challenging admonition. It says, do not be haughty, but associate with the lowly. Here's a quick little self-assessment. When you walk into a room of people, do you exclusively seek out those who are well-respected, making healthy choices, and may even be able to make a contribution to your life? Or do you mix it up and occasionally seek out the person who looks downtrodden, shunned, and needy? Jesus is the ultimate example for us. Life wasn't all about Him. It was about serving others. And amazingly enough, the more we hang around Him through the Word and through His Holy Supper, the more that will be true of us as well. Press on in the Lord.